everyone, welcome to the Queen Cuisine Cooking channel. This is your girl Rosemary, and I am so excited to be cooking today with you all. So today we are going to be making a vegetable soup, and we are actually going to be using 2 leaves to make our soup. So the first one is our popular spinach. This is spinach. So this is actually frozen spinach. So what I did before this video was to make sure I take it out of the freezer so it can melt, right? And to get rid of the water. So you have to make sure you take it out ahead of time if you want to make vegetable soup, especially if you want to use your spinach. If it depends on what you use. If you are using fresh spinach, you have to make sure you clean it properly, chop it up, and then just make sure you are getting rid of the water, because veggies, especially your spinach, has a lot of water, and for a vegetable soup we don't want it to be all watery. You want to make sure you are really getting rid of the water. So what I did was to rinse it up a little bit, rinse it up good, and then I made sure I squeezed it properly to get rid of the water. So the next veggie, and again, like I mentioned, spinach actually helps decrease oxidative stress. It helps boost your immune system. It improves your eye health, and it also aids digestion. If we are going to be using for our soup is the popular ugu, also called pumpkin leaves. So this is fresh pumpkin leaf, rinsed properly and chopped up. So we're going to be using pumpkin leaves, and pumpkin leaf has a great amount of calcium, potassium, magnesium. So these nutrients are needed by the body to maintain healthy, strong, firm bones and teeth. Also, now let's look at other recipe that we'll need for our soup. So the other recipe we'll need, of course, we need our meat. This is my meat, so I'm using a lot of different varieties of meat today because I really want my soup to be tasty. So I'm using goat meat, I'm using tribe, I'm using pommon, and I'm using stockfish. So you have to make sure you season your meat properly, right? You have to make sure you are seasoning it to taste, because the stock is really, the stock from the meat is what you're going to use in cooking your vegetable soup. And again, when you are making or cooking your meat, make sure you don't add a lot of water. So what I use for my seasoning, I have a lot of onion, chopped onion, I have my curry powder, I have a little bit of pepper. And the next thing is I am also going to be using your onion, right? So this is already well sliced onion. What I did was just to chop up 1 full onion. So these are really what I'm going to be using for my soup. 1 onion, and then I'm going to use some sweet peppers. So I have like 5 sweet peppers, and of course my spicy pepper. So you're going to chop this all up, and again, just for the sake of time, I've gone ahead and I've chopped it up. This is the end product. So these are my sliced sweet pepper and my hot spicy pepper. And of course you will need your crayfish. This is my crayfish here. And you will need 4 cubes of Maggi, non-Maggi cube. And there is no vegetable soup without your red oil. So I am going to be using the palm oil for my vegetable soup. So let's get started. So I am going to add a little bit of water. Like I said, you don't want to flood your soup with water. So I'm just going to add a little bit of water. That should be enough. And I'm going to pressure cook this. You want to make sure your meat is well seasoned. So in seasoning my meat, I used onion, some Maggi cube, salt to taste, and I also added a little bit of curry powder to that as well. So we're going to bring our meat to boil and make sure it's well cooked. Okay, so now my meat is cooked. So the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to add my oil. So let me show the soup so you can see. So this is my meat. You want to make sure your meat is cooked enough to your taste. And you see, I don't have a lot of water in there. It's very important that you don't have a lot of water. So now I'm going to add my red oil. You add enough to your taste. Because we're making vegetable soup tend to take a lot of oil too. But it all depends on what you want, okay? I'm going to add some more because I like my veggie to be a little bit red. Okay, that's enough. Perfect. Then the next thing I'm going to do, I am going to then add my sweet peppers and my spicy pepper. I'm going to add my onion. And of course, I'm going to add my Maggi cube. You can choose to break up your Maggi cube, it's a choice. But since you have your soup in heat, the Maggi cube is definitely going to defrost, okay? So we're going to let this cook, let the seed for about 5 minutes, and then I'm going to add my crayfish and my ugu leaves, okay? So again, thank you for joining us this evening to make the vegetable soup. Again, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and do so. Like this video, share this video with your family and loved ones, and subscribe so each time I upload a new video, you will be the first to know. And again, if you are interested in acquiring kitchen gadgets, quality kitchen product, please look at the description and go to my blog. You will be able to access kitchen products of your choice with great quality. Again, we're just going to allow okay, so now this has been cooking for like 3 minutes. So what I'm going to do now is to add my crayfish. Added my crayfish, and then I'm going to add my spinach, I'm going to mix everything all up. Looking really good. Again, I have not added any salt, but once you finish adding your spinach, your ugu leaf, you can taste for salt, and if you need to add more salt, you can do so. Once you add your veggies, the other thing you need to know is the soup is pretty much almost ready. So the next thing is I'm going to add my ugu leaf. going to add the remaining ugu leaf. Notice my soup doesn't have a lot of water. There's pretty much no water in it. And your vegetable soup can be used to eat anything. Just name it. You can use it for rice, you can use it for pounded yam, you can use it for fufu, you can use it for whatever meal you want to use it for. And it's very, very healthy. So now that I have mixed up my leaves, you're going to let this sit for... Before we do that, now we can test for salt, okay? Now we're going to test for salt. Just make sure we have enough salt in there. I'm going to add a little bit of salt. Just a little bit. That should do it. I'm going to let this sit for 5 minutes and then my soup is ready. So you don't want to overcook your veggies. Once you mix it up, it's pretty much done. So we allow this to sit for 5 minutes and then we're going to see the end product. Please like this video, share this video, and give me a thumbs up. Okay, so now we're going to check our soup again. The soup is cooked. Well cooked vegetable soup. So this is the end result of your soup. You don't have a lot of water, you just have enough to eat whatever it is you want to eat, your rice, your fufu. And one more thing, once the soup is cooked, what you want to do right away is to switch it. You have to put it in a container so the soup doesn't get, the veggies doesn't go dark, okay, or black. So I'm just going to put this in a bowl that I know I'm going to use in storing it away. I'm going to remove it from the pot because it's fully cooked. And it's very, very tasty. I wish I can share with everyone. It's so tasty, guys. So I'm going to turn off my heat and I'm going to transfer this to a bowl. Again, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and do so. Share this video, like this video. Already, we are done cooking. And this is the final product of our vegetable soup. Well packed. Again, I want to thank you for spending your time with me cooking vegetable soup. I am so sweaty, you can tell. But I'm excited. We're finally done and I got to spend my time with you. Again, love yourself, love your neighbor, and be good to one another. Love you till I come your way again. Bye, guys.